Welcome back to Covey Chase Farm. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and do that. Also hit that notifications button. That way you'll get updated when new farm blogs are posted. We're really into the cold and rainy time of the season. As you can see, we got a little bit of snow today actually. It's been raining off and on for the past few days. I think if you give it a little bit, we're going to be up to almost 60 in a couple of days. But that's Kentucky weather for you. You see, I'm down here with the sheep flock. They're actually moved. Now we're into the back part of the farm. A couple of videos ago, or when I made the IBC tote, we were up here. You'll see they've really figured it out. After having that tote for about, I don't know, almost 2 weeks now, I would say I absolutely love it. Probably going to build another one to give them a little more space as this flock grows. As you've been watching the videos, you probably noticed I've had a new vehicle on the farm. I picked this up right before Thanksgiving, I believe. I did have a couple of requests from some viewers if I would do a walk around on it and kind of explain what it is. This is what's commonly referred to as a side-by-side. Kind of think of it as like a little Jeep or something. This one in particular is a CFMoto UForce 600. It is 4x4 four-wheel drive. This is a Chinese-made all-terrain vehicle. The prior all-terrain vehicles I've had, including my side-by-side, were Polarises. I was extremely happy with them, never had any problems. The side-by-side I had before this one, I actually had for probably 20 years. But the accessories that I wanted on it, the price point of the Polaris was just getting a little bit ridiculous in my mind. I think this is an incredible price point for what you get here on this vehicle. This particular model, and I believe all the side-by-sides from CFMoto, standard, it will come with a winch and a cover, standard. On this particular one, I had the full cabin closure put on it, so I've got a full windshield, I've got doors, hard-sided doors, and I have a back glass on it. I added this rack here to it and then built a little platform here. I'll talk about that in a moment. They also come with a hitch, so a normal full-size hitch here. Right now I currently have this little platform hooked up to it. I also put a 2-inch ball or any kind of adapter I need to pull any of the trailers around the farm. It's days like this that I wanted the full enclosure. So they are hard-sided doors. You come inside, a couple other things I had added on. I do have heated seats, and I had a stereo added into it. Other than that, everything else here is standard. You have emergency brake, you have your lights, you have your 2x4, 4x4, and then 4x4 high. You have your shifter, so you can go from park, reverse, neutral, high, or low. Pretty interesting, it has a work mode or a normal mode. Normal mode, it limits your RPMs down some, and work mode, it will increase your RPMs. You have accessory ports, 12-volt accessory. I did add iPhone holder, really like that one. I added a rear view mirror. I even added a little dome light here, and I did have to pay extra for the little tree. The attention to detail and the little bit extra that they go to with CFMoto, I've been extremely happy with. For example, underneath, the entire bottom of it is covered with a skid plate. Out here on the farm, that is absolutely a great thing to have to keep from tearing up the undercarriage. Another little example is this winch that comes standard on all of them. It has a Bluetooth remote where I can stand back and operate the winch from anywhere. until you have one, you don't realize how much you end up using that winch out on the farm. In the bed, you have just a solid tailgate. You have the ability to raise the bed and dump if you had stuff in the back. I don't generally use it a lot like that. Everything's pretty convenient to get to. You drain the oil and you replace it. Oil filter all from right underneath. Right here is your battery, pretty easy to access. 2 hot terminals right here that you can access. Your starter is pretty easy to get to. If you come around to the front, the hood opens up and you can access brake fluid, your radiator fluid, as well as your fuse box here. Things that I keep on this at all times. Shotgun. As Wyatt Earp said, a street howitzer for snakes and such. On my top here, I have a little box with a lot of PVC, a lot of electrical fence stuff. Have various reels of my fencing and other PVC, rope, some ratchet tie downs. I do have a little toolbox that I always keep here. This is kind of my temporary case. Right now I've got some impact wrench and drill, some impact lugs, things that I may be working with, but I can take this out very easily and take it back into the barn. I do have my bed divided a little bit. I always keep fence posts. This is by far the most used piece of equipment I have on the farm. I would really be in a problem if this were to go down. Overall, I've put about 135 miles on it already, and I would say I am extremely happy with it. The only thing I would say I don't like, I probably wouldn't have gotten the stereo system that's in it. It actually is not very good. It's not loud enough for when you're driving, and other than that, unless you're stopped, you can't hear it that well. As always, I appreciate you watching the farm vlog. You can find out more about Tubby Chase Farm at www.tubbychasefarm.com. Everyone have a great week.